equation, I guess. And today we just see what are the types of accounting and branches of accounting, and what else in the theory part. An accounting process. Then we shall just have a small discussion and leave. So when coming to types of accounting, there are two types. One is accrual, another one is cash basis. Can somebody tell me what this term accrual mean?
Unearned income, sir.
Unknown,
Unearned.
unearned. Very good. Unearned. Any other words?
Income received in advance.
Okay, income received in advance. Okay, okay. When you talk about something that is accrual, it is accrued but not realized. Okay, your book says that interest is accrued but not paid, which means maybe on October 10th, interest worth of 10,000 should reach the business, but it not yet realized, which means the amount technically is not entering into your bank account. So when you say something is accrued, as a process, as a time period, it should be realized, but it to be realized or earned. So accrual basis of accounting is a very popular method. This helps to record revenue, cost, assets, liabilities, related transactions for the period in which they accrue. For example, if you want to pay LIC premium on 5th May, it accrues on 5th May. But it is your decision to pay on 5th or 6th or 7th. It can even be paid on 10th of May. But the due is accrued on 5th May. But maybe if you pay it on 10th May, it is realized on 10th May. Clear? So now I will just give you one small example. You have invested 1 lakh rupee into your friend's business and the return is 10% fixed and it is due on March 31st of next year. Clear? However, your friend has paid on June 1st of next year. Now tell me when it is accrued, when it is realized.
It is accrued on March 31st next year and realized on June 1st next
Okay.
year.
When will you enter the transactions into your books of accounts?
When it is realized,
Seriously?
it depends upon the based on the type of accounting which we are following.
When the
Okay,
transaction is made.
I'm talking about accruable basis of accounting. When will you enter it
Then
in
it
your
will be
books of accounts?
recorded on 31st of March next year.
Okay, why? Because it is
Accrual.
accrued.
Accrual.
Clear. This is all about accrual basis of accounting. So whenever the amount is due or accrue over the period of time, then accrual basis of accounting will says you should enter it in your books of accounts and keep it as prepaid or outstanding or accrued or received in advance, etc. And here they have stated Companies Act 1956. It should be Companies Act 2013. Okay, it's an old book. However, it clearly says that every books of accounts of companies should follow accrual basis of accounting. Now, coming back to this cash basis of accounting, it is just an opposite version of accrual basis, which means the revenue, cost, assets, and liabilities related transactions will be reflected in the books of accounts for the period only when it is actually received or paid. Now tell me the same example. Investment is made for 1 lakh, return percent is 10, and it is due on March 31st and realized on June 1st. When if you are following cash basis accounting, then when it will be entered in your books of accounts?
June 1st.
June 1st. That's it. Now tell me which basis of accounting is better?
Accrual.
Cash, sir.
Cash basis. Why? Any justification? Yes, quickly. Any justification?
Sir, accrual basis is better, sir.
Okay, why?
We might know the exact thing which is happening in our business. If we have to receive in future, we can enter it as prepaid or outstanding so that we may have a clear idea.
Okay. Anybody else having any comments to say? Yes? Any comments?
The mixed basis of accounting.
Mixed basis? No, that is not possible. It should be on either cash or accrual. Okay, can I see in the chat box which type of accounting is suitable for business, any business? Does it mean that only Purnima and Elijah are awake? All others on your private work?
So cash basis of accounting, sir,
Okay.
because it will be suitable for all type of business, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Even for small business.
Okay. But Elijah, across the globe, accrual basis always seems to be best because, as Purnima pointed out, you can see the current situation. And it doesn't mean that because of following accrual basis, you will enter all the accounts and all the transactions into your books of accounts as it is received. No, they will just mention it is accrued, but it is yet to be realized. For example, you need to pay salary of 10,000 rupees. They will not say salary pay 10,000. What they will use instead? What they will use instead?
Salary paid in advance.
No, yet to be paid, which is
Outstanding.
perfect, outstanding. That's it. Okay, insurance premium, which you have paid in advance, then it is called as.
Prepaid.
That's it. Outstanding comes in which side of the balance sheet?
Liability.
What about the prepaid?
Asset side.
That's yes. So your books of accounts will give you a clear picture. However, the cash basis has its own deficiency. We will just see about that too. The major differences. When you talk about the basis of distinction, prepaid outstanding expenditure will be there when you follow accrual basis of accounting. In case if you follow cash basis of accounting, that will not be there. And when you have more prepaid expenses accrued, according to accrual basis, income statement will show a relatively higher income. However, cash basis will shows you a relatively lower income. Similarly, when more outstanding expenses are there, the accrual basis will show a relatively lower income. However, the income statement will show higher income in case if you follow cash basis. And again, here the Companies Act should be 2013. Please don't follow 1956. Has approved this accrual basis, but cash basis is not recognized. Okay. Availability of options to an accountant to manipulate the accounts by way of choosing the most suitable method out of several alternative methods of accounting is here in accrual basis, accountant have certain options, but in cash basis, no one can do any fraudulent act because it is pure form of cash. When your account says that this amount is here in your books, then your bank should also have a same value, not only on cash book basis, but for all the basis. Right? This is all about the types of accounting. I'm coming to branches of accounting. I'm not going to technical detail. As we discussed earlier, financial accounting deals with the sole trader and partnership business and some special business related to individual business affairs. Management accounting basically for decision making in business. Cost accounting will help you to fix the price of the product and mostly used in the manufacturing and production process. Tax accounting is all about calculation of tax. Project accounting will help you to decide whether you should take one project or not. And non-profit accounting is also there. And international accounting, it differs from standards to standards. Government accounting will be helpful for the government companies and also for government related transactions. When you talk about like um, mostly it deals with public expenditure and public revenue. Social accounting is also called a social benefit accounting, which says if you pick any project, you have to calculate social accounting. It should give you a ratio of maximum 1:1. The benefit should be more, then the project will be selected. No benefit, no loss, still the project will be benefited. But no benefit, yes loss, then it will be dropped. That is the significance of social accounting. We also have environmental accounting, that is just a branch of social accounting. Forensic accounting leads to an accounting process through which the uh, legal uh, legal disputes and accounting frauds can be identified. Fiduciary accounting, mostly it is for trust and nominees related accounts. And auditing, it's a basic process of internal and external audit of all the books of accounts of all type of industries, firms and business. Then final topic that we are going to discuss is accounting cycle. This is very basic, starting with the bookkeeping, recording journal, posting into ledger, and unadjusted trial balance, passing adjusting entries, and preparing an adjusted trial balance, reversing entries or corrections if necessary, and post closing trial balance, and finally passing closing entries. And then you finalize your trial balance and proceed with preparing a financial statements. This is all about the accounting cycle. So students, I'm just stopping here for the day. From this, all the theory part of your first unit is over. Straight away from next class onwards, we are going to venture into single entry system and difference between single entry and double entry system, followed by the problems, ascertain of profit and net worth method, conversion method and everything, right? I think when you are back to college, I think we can proceed it accordingly. Now I will take attendance and I will leave you all.